Alrighty, this is Scott from DasherTools.com. In this video, I want to talk to you about making $30 an hour per order with Doordash. I've seen a lot of comments in Reddit forums where there's certain dashers that say I do not take any order under X amount of dollar, which is fine. Some people look at that total running the app as the hours they worked, and some people look at their active time based upon how many hours they work per week. The thing that I started realizing as I was dashing, I've done about 4,000 deliveries now, and at this moment in time I've been dashing for about 10 months. But what I really started noticing, I work a small town. My DoorDash area includes half a dozen towns, but I primarily stay in my town, and I'm fortunate enough to be within a mile of all the restaurants. And one thing I've noticed is I make the most money with orders that are between $4 and $9. So with the knowledge I've gained, and over time I've noticed my active time has gone down dramatically, but I'm still making roughly the same amount or more money. And that's because I really started looking at how far am I driving, how much time am I spending. So if you're a new dasher, you'll probably want to look at your gas and your time. I live in California. Gas is over $5 a gallon. So this chart right here shows DoorDash $1 per mile round trip. So theoretically you could say this is $2 a mile one way. However, I have already the difference between $2 a mile one way versus this is all the distances here is the farthest distance out. So basically I've divided it in half to be $1 per mile round trip, and this is with a 3-minute wait time. So this is the best scenario of going to the restaurant. If it's Wingstop, the bag is right there. You can just take a picture of the receipt, grab it, and go to your car and get on dashing. So what I did is we got everything from a $2 order down to a $20 order in 25-cent increments. Now, as you can see, all the gray over here, there's no way you can make $40 an hour per order with a $2 order. You might be able to get a $25 an hour per order on a $2 order. That's what this light gray means. This is doable, but pushing it. This is pushing it to the limit right here. So ideally, this is the dark green is the sweet spot. So if you can get a $2 order and you can flip it in 6 minutes, and you can stay within a half mile, you're going to make $20 an hour, and then you'll be getting $2 per mile on gas. You can go as far as a mile, and that will put you right at 1. Now anything right here in yellow, that's kind of the borderline. You can go 1.4 miles, but you drop a little bit below that $1 per mile round trip. So this is something that you might want to consider if it's kind of like a slow morning. But anything in orange is where it just gets too far, and it's not worth the gas at that point. You'll be making $15 an hour. These two, if you can do it and keep a steady speed of 15 miles an hour. Okay, so all this distance right here in this dollar amount is basically for 5 minutes, because there was a 3-minute wait time at the restaurant. So you got to flip it in 8 minutes, but 3 minutes were waiting time, and you got 5 minutes on the road. So if you're going 20 miles, if you average 20 miles an hour speed, you can go up to 0.83 miles, and you'll be doing $1.20 per mile at that rate. So as you can see, when you get down here to about 350, once you get to about 350 order, but see, this is where you're kind of cutting it close. This is 5 minutes 15 seconds to make $40 an hour per order for a $3.50 order. But you gotta stay. Ideally, I look at 25 miles an hour. If you're doing city driving, I wouldn't keep it within just under a half a mile. You could have the potential to make $40 an hour. I find most of these fall kind of for me in the $25 to $30 an hour range for a 350 order. But once you get down here to a $4 order, it starts getting a little bit more feasible because your time starts increasing a little bit with each dollar amount. But as you can see, the amount of orange where you have the potential to be driving and wasting gas goes up. And that's one thing I want to let you guys know is all these guys that say they take, no orders more, they only take orders more than $10. Look, there's a lot of potential to be wasting gas. So if you got a $10 order, now 15 mile an hour average speed, this would be for like someone on an electric bicycle or scooter, but you get a good idea. You got 4.62 miles here, you got 4.5 miles, and then it goes to 4.3, and that's at 25 mile an hour. Then it goes to 4.96, say it's out of town in the country, or where you can get a little bit of freeway speed to get your average speed up. But really, 4 miles is about as far as you want to take a $10 order one direction with a 3-minute restaurant waiting time. And that will get you $40 an hour right there. But see, this is the problem with bigger orders. As you can see, this orange is creeping more and more. There's far more potential. Here's the yellow starting to come out. As you can see, there's more and more potential to be not only wasting gas, but start wasting your time too. Because right here, you got 27 minutes and you can go 9 miles out. But how many $8 orders can you do in that same amount of time if you can stay within a certain amount of time? And that's kind of what I'm getting at to, especially newer Doordash drivers. The dollar amount isn't anything special. A big dollar amount isn't special if you're wasting a lot of time and gas on the order. What I found is right here, $9.25. You could flip it in 13 minutes, just a hair under 14 minutes. You could be making $40 an hour per the offer. And at 25 miles an hour, just keep it within 2.25 miles. If you can get it up to 30 miles an hour, you can go about 2.5 miles. And even if you don't quite get 40, you can definitely be sitting around the $35 to $40 an hour per offer on a 925 order. You get up here kind of to the more common ones you see, which I call middle of the road ones, where they're about $5.50 to $7. So when I hear these people on Reddit saying that they don't take anything under X amount of dollars, I just kind of find it laughable because there's a lot of potential to make good money, but you got to know what you're doing. You got to know, I always tell new drivers, stay in the smallest area you can possibly stay. Preferably stay in your hometown. Stay somewhere that you know extremely well. because every minute that you spend driving lost or looking for a place or whatnot, every minute you spend is taking money from you. Time is the second most critical thing to look at after the dollar sign. Then gas. Unfortunately, you don't know, you're not going to know the time precisely, but that's why I created this chart so you can kind of get a look. If a certain restaurant, is good during the day, but on Friday and Saturday night, you're going to have a 10, 12-minute wait time, which no one likes to do. You can look at the chart for that amount of time and get an idea. Okay, if I get an order from here and I have to wait and I plan on waiting this long, this is how far I can take it. So when you see that offer and you see the customer's X amount of miles away, it may not even be worth taking that offer. So anyway, I have all these time charts at dashertools.com. I'll put a link in the description below. I basically have a time chart for 3 minutes, which is the one that you're seeing right here, all the way to a 15-minute wait time. That way you can get an idea, okay, this is where I'm at, this is how far I should go. Like right here, $4 order, you want to make $30 an hour off a $4 order. You don't really want to go more than 1.25 mile. You see right here, you jump to $35 an hour. You in the dark green, if you can do a $4 order, flip it in 6 minutes and 51 seconds and keep it within a mile, you're going to make around $35 an hour on a $4 order. $3 order, you have a potential to make $35 an hour. You got 6 minutes, you got to flip it in 3 minutes and keep it within 3/4 of a mile. So that's what I'm saying. If you know your area very well, like mine, I know when there's construction, I know where there's lights that take a long time, heavy traffic. There's sometimes I will actually go different routes, which may ding my mileage a bit, but it will save me time, because more than mileage is the time. So if it dings your mileage a little bit, but you can do it in a quicker amount of time, that's kind of the trade-off between gas and time that you got to make. That's why I got these little areas of yellow right here. So anyway, I hope this helps you get an idea in your dashing situation of what you need to do to maximize your profitability with Doordash, because I noticed when I first started dashing, I could go out and dash for 25 to 30 hours of active time a week and make around $800-900. Now I can make that same amount of money in 3 to 5 hours less, simply because I am picking lower dollar offers yet flipping them at a faster rate. So that's one thing you need to look at, because some like I said, some of these drivers, they just look at the dollar sign and they just refuse to take anything, which if there's any of those drivers in my area, I thank them very much, because I will pick up these 4, 5, I'll even pick up a $2 order if it's close enough to my house. I could flip that in 5 minutes. I got a lot of customers. There's a good handful of in my market, Doordash restaurants that are within 2 blocks of me. So a $2 order, I can go down the street, and if it's in that hot and ready, me and Little Caesars pizza warmer, and I can pick it up and then drive it a block up a street, 1 street over from where I live, and flip it. I've done the whole thing, because really the amount of time you're looking at is from when you accept it to when you drop it off. And I've done a $2 order where I came back home, and the whole thing, from me getting off my butt, going to my car, going to the restaurant, picking the food up, dropping it off, getting back in my car, and being home in 8 minutes. I know I can do it. Now, that's only $15 an hour, but that's a easy, quick $2. But when you can flip it like that and you get down to even three right here, just between $2 and $3, $3 has the potential to get you $35 an hour. If you know what you're doing, if you know your area, you know where the stop signs, you know where the real slow traffic lights that take forever for one street to the other street, you know where the heavy traffic, if you know how to avoid all that, and you could keep a 25, 30 mile an hour average speed and keep it just around half a mile, you can make $35 an hour per order on a $3 order. So anyway, I'll put the link to this chart as well as all the other ones are on the resource page at dashertools.com. And also, if you haven't signed up for your free dashertools.com account, you can do that. It's a messaging service where if you want to message your customers, or you find that you have a message that you send all the time and you don't want to be typing it in your phone, you create an account, you have your own personal messages that you want to send your DoorDash customers, you can type it in. All you got to do is open up your page, go to the message, hit copy and paste it right into the app. Saves you a lot of time, especially if you're sitting at a light and you want to send a customer message. Saves you a lot of time. You don't have to worry about typing and driving on your phone. So anyway, I hope this chart helps you guys out, and I will see you guys next time.